Hello. This is Tuesday, October 27th. We are going to be doing some algebra today and then some more work with that recipe. Remember when we're talking about algebra, we're using letters instead of numbers. This first page kind of gives us a little review, but is also a little confusing because there aren't any numbers. So I'm just going to go to the second page because I feel like that gives us more information. We're just going to get right down to it. So it says, Mary Beth and Keisha are carving pumpkins at the fall festival. Mary Beth carves 9 pumpkins. Keisha carves B pumpkins. We're going to write an expression for the number of pumpkins they carve. Your letter A, we already know. Mary Beth carves 9. A is going to be 9. Right here, it tells you what you're going to use. So we don't have to decide if we're adding or subtracting this time. It says all together. So we know that we're going to use the plus sign. Remember when you're using plus, you have to push shift and then the equals and plus sign. Or you can drag it down on your keyboard. Some of you are good at doing that. Okay, and then B, we do not know yet. So we're going to keep that as B. Now it tells us Keisha carves 7 pumpkins. So now we know. First, we didn't know what B was, and now we know. So we're going to keep this the same, 9. This is still a plus. B is now, what did we say, 7? And then you can add them together. If you need to use a calculator, you sure can, because we're working on the algebraic piece of this, not necessarily the addition piece. So 9 plus 7, we're going to add them together. It is 16. This is the same worksheet. It just is if you are at a different level or a different, if you have a different math assignment assigned to you, you might not have to put the pluses in. So if yours looks like this, don't think that you did anything wrong. This is just how yours is, which is totally fine. The rest is exactly the same. Mary Beth carves 9 pumpkins. Boom, 9 goes here. Keisha carves B. B goes here. We'll replace the B with a 7. So those are the same. The next assignment is the same type of thing, except we're using subtraction instead. So be sure you check to see which one you click on if you're adding or subtracting. So make sure you're using the equations right in the middle. That will tell you whether you're adding or subtracting. Or look at these words up here. All together means addition, right? How many more, how many less, how many fewer, those are going to be subtraction. So if you're not sure, make sure you're either reading the words at the top or you're looking at the symbols right here. Okay, let's go on to the recipe portion. Okay, once you're finished with your algebra problems for addition and subtraction, the next part looks like this. So it is sequencing the recipe, which we didn't do. However, I think if we read through the recipe pieces, we'll be able to see what you should do first and how we can make the recipe. So you're going to click on this target and it's going to give you some choices. What do you think you need to do first? Press down gently to make an even layer. Put half of the mixture in the pan. Put oats, flour, sugar, brown sugar, salt, and cinnamon into the bowl and stir it. Spread apple butter into mixture onto the pan. Put butter into the bowl and stir until it's crumbly, or preheat the oven. What do we need to do first? Yeah, when you're baking, you should always make sure your oven is preheated, because otherwise if you put your ingredients into a pan and then into the oven, and it's not at the right temperature, then it might not cook correctly. So important to follow all the directions and instructions in a recipe exactly as it's written. So next, what should we do? I want you to look at the bowls in this recipe. Some of them look like they have things in it, and some of them don't. So that's going to give us a good clue as to what we should do next. So do we press down gently? Well, that doesn't really make sense because we haven't gotten anything ready, right? So we know that one's not it. Put half of the mixture into the pan. Again, we haven't made a mixture yet, right? So what do we think about this one? Put oats, flour, sugar, brown sugar, salt, and cinnamon into a bowl and stir it. Do you think we should do that next? I agree. So I think, excuse me, we're going to put this one here. So far, we've preheated the oven, we've put all of the mixture into a bowl and stirred it, and then what do we need to do next? Do we put it in the pan, pour half of it into the pan, spread the butter on top, or add the butter? Sorry, this is apple butter, that's why I called it butter. Okay, so let's put the butter in there. So add the butter next and stir it up until it's crumbly. And then what should we do? Do we press it down put part of it in there or add the apple butter on top? Yeah, so first we're going to add things into the pan, right? That makes sense. And then, sorry, it's getting smaller so I can see all the pictures. And then what should we do? What do we need to do next? Yeah, we're going to do this one because look, it's already done in this picture. So it gives us a really good indication as to what's next. So we're going to put this one here next. And then number 6 is spreading the apple butter into the pan. So I'm going to show you, so I showed you the first 6 steps. So what you're going to do, you can follow along with this and then go to the next page. And there are 6 more steps. So again, same type of thing. You're going to click on these and figure out what you need to do next. Okay? If you need help, please let us know. I believe in you. You're doing great. Thank you.